Jinping next week as part of a trip to Asia, the White House said on Thursday.
On Thursday morning local time, President Trump will participate in a bilateral meeting with President Xi of the People's Republic of China before departing to return home to Washington, D.C.
The confirmation comes after the meeting had been called into question following an escalation in trade tensions in recent weeks, after months of relative calm. After Beijing dramatically expanded curbs on exports of rare earth minerals, Trump imposed additional duties of 100% on China that are due to take effect on November 1st.
I think we'll make a deal.
However, Trump has in recent days expressed optimism about reaching a trade deal with China. He told reporters on Thursday he planned to cut to the chase on the issue of fentanyl.
But the first question I'm going to be asking him about is fentanyl. I'm putting it right at the front of the list.
Washington accuses Beijing of failing to curb the flow of precursor chemicals for fentanyl, a leading cause of U.S. overdose deaths. The White House used the flow of the chemicals from China as one justification for increasing tariffs on Chinese goods. Beijing has defended its record and accused Washington of using fentanyl to blackmail China. Leavitt said that on his Asia swing, Trump would depart from Malaysia on Friday and would then go on next week to make stops in Japan and South Korea, where he would meet with Xi on Thursday after addressing the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, or APEC, CEO Summit.
New Directions Community Credit Union is now open in Titusville. They may be new to our community, but they've been serving our region since 1974, providing their members with affordable products and services. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, volunteers, attends school, regularly conducts business, or who owns a business in Venango, Forest, Warren, or Crawford counties. Visit their new location at 206 South Martin Street in Titusville to learn more about becoming a member. Best of luck to all the students and athletes this fall from New Directions Community Credit Union.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville. Titusville Market Square is home to over 100 unique vendors featuring antiques, collectibles, candles, coins, baked goods, dairy products, food items, comic books, toys, and so much more. You'll discover something new every time you walk through the door. Did we mention the selection of baked goods, breads, Clark's Donuts, and Amish pies? Titusville Market Square has you covered. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Our new home.
Somebody pinch me.
Somebody say pinch?
Pinch, pinch.
We mean we just bought this.
Yeah, we just bought a new house. Why are there crabs?
Don't call for pinches. Call for protection.
Hit it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right coverage for your new house and your car.
All right, which way to the sea?
We're in Ohio.
So is that close, or?
No.
You got a pool?
No.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Ronnie Long.
And I'm Lisa Mellon.
The name Armstrong reflects more than just a company. It's a promise.
While others focus on the short term, we're building for a future that's limitless.
From the dawn of cable television to the rise of the digital age, we've delivered cutting-edge technology like our advanced fiber network that redefines what's possible.
Guided by our core values, we have proudly served and strengthened communities like yours for generations.
Fat Chad's is Titusville's premier dining destination. Come hungry and enjoy these menu favorites: T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Dive into fresh pasta entrees like shrimp and scallop pasta or our signature Asiago chicken. And don't miss our famous burgers and fish sandwiches, all served with fresh cut fries. Fridays mean prime rib specials. Enjoy wild game Saturdays. And on Sundays, it's our all-you-can-eat wing buffet. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
211 is an easy-to-remember telephone number for finding health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. Every day, highly trained 211 call specialists provide referrals to basic human needs resources like food banks and shelters, physical and mental health, employment support, support for youth and child care programs, and support for adults and persons with disabilities. To learn more, dial 211 or visit pa211nw.org.
Meadville, Pennsylvania is not just another small town off the beaten path. Meadville is home of nation-shaping history, the exuberance of today, and the dreams of tomorrow. Nestled perfectly between the rolling foothills of the Allegheny Mountains and the banks of French Creek. Our people are more than what makes Meadville great. They are the backbone of our community. At every turn, you will find smiling faces, ready to lend a helping hand. Meadville residents come together to produce some of the largest events of their kind in the country, all while supporting and looking out for each other. Almost daily, you will find people from all walks of life coming together to make Meadville the best it can be. Volunteerism is in our DNA. It isn't about what we accomplish individually, but what we accomplish together as a community. We do our best to make everyone's life just a little bit easier so we can all enjoy life while experiencing everything Meadville has to offer. From the 2022 Pennsylvania River of the Year to our robust cultural and historical locations, Meadville has something for everyone to embrace. History grounds us to everything which is Meadville, from key movements which forever changed the landscape of segregation, to key industrial achievements which impacted the world. We embrace and share our history every chance we get. Our history guides us as we chart the path of our future. We invest in the prosperity of our future generations. With various schools and educational organizations, Meadville provides endless opportunities to shape the leaders of tomorrow. Through world-class facilities and classrooms, our younger residents are encouraged to develop their minds, grow their athletic prowess, and give back to their community. Home to Allegheny College, the oldest college west of the Allegheny Mountains, Meadville plays a starring role in the lives, development, and education of students from the region and across the world. As a community, we embrace our future generations and support them diligently on their path to success. Meadville is a great place to do business, relocate a business, or start a business. Long recognized as the tool and die capital of the world, we've got businesses which have been anchored here for generations and are recognized across the nation and world. And young businesses that have quickly made a name for themselves. Their success is a testament to our people and their tenacity in supporting our community. Meadville is a place where the history of yesteryear can be revisited, and the dreams of tomorrow can become a reality. We are a community where you can feel safe, appreciated, and inspired. More importantly, Meadville is an ideal place for your next great adventure. Welcome to Meadville, Pennsylvania.
U.S. stocks advanced on Thursday, with the Dow adding almost 1/3%, the S&P 500 gaining more than 0.5%, and the Nasdaq climbing roughly 0.9%. The index has gained some momentum after the White House confirmed President Donald Trump will meet Chinese President Xi Jinping next week, easing investors' trade tensions. Stocks were also boosted by some strong third-quarter earnings results, including from American Airlines, notes Liz Miller, president of Summit Place Financial Advisors.
Well, I think the American Airlines are of note today because, again, that feeling of sentiment that travel was affected this summer, that it was going to be difficult for companies in that discretionary area to do well. And then we not only saw very good results out of American, we saw them raising their outlook for the next part of the year. And across different industries, this is the theme we're seeing rewarded.
Shares of the carrier gained more than 5.5%. Honeywell raised its annual profit forecast on strong aerospace demand, sending its shares up nearly 7%. Shares of Dow jumped 13% after the company reported a smaller than expected quarterly loss as cost cuts and higher volumes helped offset weakness in chemical prices. And shares of Valero Energy rose 7% after the oil refiner reported better than expected third-quarter profits on the back of a rebound in refining margins and record refinery throughput in the Gulf Coast and North Atlantic regions.
All right, happy Friday. Let's take a look at that weather forecast for northwest Pennsylvania. Considerable cloudiness, occasional rain showers today with temperatures in the upper 40s. Although I thought it would feel a lot colder this morning, but not too bad. Rain showers this evening, overcast skies overnight, lows in the upper 30s. Yeah, upper 30s, and we're getting rain. You know what that means. Not that far away from that temperature dropping and that rain not being rain anymore. Let's get into Saturday and the weekend. Cloudy, low 50s. Sunday, partly cloudy. Mid-50s. Monday, partly cloudy. Mid-50s. Tuesday, partly cloudy. Low to mid-50s for a high. That is a look at your weather forecast at 7:14. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Hello, Friday. It's good to see you. Today's gonna be a good day. Thanks for starting your Friday with Luke and Amy on the Morning Drill. Hello, Friday. It's good to see you. Today's gonna be a good day. Thanks for starting your Friday with Luke and Amy on the Morning Drill.
All right. Hello, Friday. It is good to see you. Good to be with you here this morning. It is the 24th day of October. A week from now, it'll be Halloween.
I know.
And we'll be saying goodbye to October and hello, November. So I'm seeing more and more of the Christmas ads on the old telly.
On the old telly?
Yeah. Did you see it last night?
Thank you.
Did you see it? Like, there were like 3.
Yeah.
No, you weren't.
During Halloween.
You weren't paying attention.
During a Halloween
Yes,
movie.
during a Halloween movie.
I know.
You saw them? What? Now, ask me what they were. I can't tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
Was one the Target? Is that one that I saw that was a Christmas? Or what? See?
I don't remember.
I think I was just so blown away thinking, okay, here's another Christmas ad. Here's another Christmas ad.
And then I was like, oh, snow. Yay.
Yeah. I'm looking here intensely at this forecast. There's wet days ahead. None of it includes snow. Although, let me see, this was last night. Now even the Erie TV weather people are getting in on this. I thought I took a snapshot of it. I'll find it. But basically, 10 inches for every inch of rain, 10 inches of snow for every inch of rain. That's a 10-to-1 ratio. And they were saying if you look at our rainfall amounts, we've had an inch of rain here. So that'd be about 10 inches of snow. Go a little bit further north, they're getting, 2 inches of rain. So some places like 20 to 30. This would have been like a winter weather situation that we would have
The
been
temperatures would have been a little bit different.
Yeah. I'm like, don't tease people. They're getting everybody anxious. And of course, this time of year, when it does start to snow, all the people that are remembering how to drive in it, there's always that little period of time where, like, I give people a break, let them, figure this out again. Again, I'm telling myself this because I'm the one screaming at somebody. Like, you've lived here all your life, you know how to drive in this. It's a road rage part coming out of me. So,
I'm with you.
Or is it me yelling at you?
What do you mean? I don't drive like that in the.
No, because usually sidewalks are cleared
exactly.
off.
Yeah, jerk. No, our son and I were on our way, and a car ran a stop sign and pulled out in front of us, and continued to do 30 and a 55. Like it was because it was raining, but it wasn't, horribly raining, and yeah, I got a little bit of road rage.
No.
I'm like, oh my gosh. This
No,
isn't snow.
not you. Mm-hmm. Not you.
Slightly, a little bit.
So for us, this will be our final. I don't want to say it's our final football game because you never know. Things pop up. Sometimes we get asked from other teams to, broadcast a game. I know we're going to be doing a Powder Puff game in a couple weeks. But regular season football game for the team that we cover. Tonight's our last. It's going to be cold tonight. But no, looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I just opened up Facebook, and the first thing I saw was a parent of a senior who's got a very nice post about their son and his last game tonight. So, yeah, it is that season. For those moving on, going to the playoffs, best of luck to you. For those wrapping up their season, best of luck. Hope it's a great offseason. And I know a lot of students are getting ready for the next sport they're in, whether that's basketball, wrestling, swimming. There's a lot to be excited about heading into winter sports. And then just think about it, Amy. We're going to be talking about spring sports and being back outside.
I know, right?
So baseball, softball,
Crack of the bat.
tennis, track. Yeah. So, hey, big event happening. Is it this weekend? Oh, man. Is it the largest nighttime Halloween parade? Is the Meadville Halloween parade this
I think
weekend?
so,
right?
yeah. I think so. I don't know.
Why did I take that?
I'm thinking. I was going to tell you, I didn't have a chance to tell you. I ran into somebody yesterday who got the chance to attend the wine walk in Meadville, and they had never been to it before, and it's going to be an annual tradition for them now because they said it was just fantastic. So
excellent.
Yeah, they loved it.
That was
a while ago.
I was thinking like last.
But they
last
know
month.
that we talked about it, and Krista's on the show talking about it. So
Yeah.
they wanted to let us know.
Well, let's see here. This is from the Crawford County Convention and Visitors Bureau. Meadville's 58th annual Halloween parade is coming Saturday, October 25th. That is tomorrow. This year's theme is Under the Sea. And the parade runs through downtown starting on South Main Street at 6:30 p.m. Okay? Under the Sea. Quite appropriate after this week of rain that we've gotten. Now, tomorrow, I think, is supposed to be pretty decent. And not even... Okay, Saturday, cloudy. Saturday night, cloudy with partial clearing expected late. 33. So, no rain, but cold, which is sort of the tradition, right? You're bundling up at the Halloween parade.
Yeah, listen, we would have, like, my parents would have a big thing of cocoa and blanket. I mean, it was going to snow. It was going to be cold. You knew it. And you still sat there for, however long. And
yeah. How many years
great.
were you? So you probably spent a lot of time watching the parade. I think I was in the parade with you one time. I got to be in the Meadville Halloween parade. It was a lot of fun. It was really a lot of fun. I don't know. We should do something.
That would have been fun.
I like making floats.
I know.
You know this. Bring it on.
I don't
Let's
like
do it.
making floats.
You don't like making? You don't have to.
No, I don't like when you make floats. You get competitive and everything. There's a lot of screaming and yelling and
There's no
crying.
screaming and yelling.
And
There's
it's
no
just
crying.
There is crying.
There's no crying in float making.
Yeah. Well, with anything with Amy, there's crying because
you cry.
Well, no, I don't show it. I go off and hide in
You
the
cry
corner.
inside.
Well, I get phone calls from all my friends. Hey, I know there was an event. Was Amy okay? Are you doing okay?
You guys still married? Are you alive?
I was going somewhere with that.
Sorry.
But you were. How many years were you in the parade?
A lot. I can't. A lot.
So you okay?
Yeah.
More than a couple then.
Yeah.
Okay. We do have a video clip.
Oh Lord.
We do have a video clip of you in the parade. It was so awesome to see it though, and show the kids. And of course, the kids they didn't care, but it was fun. I like seeing it, honey.
Thanks.
I did. The kids are like, oh, okay, that's nice. Well, because I don't know. I think they're just so used to you coordinating stuff, but there was little Amy, little high school Amy in the parade. But anyways, tomorrow night, 6:30, Halloween parade through downtown Meadville.
So much
If
fun.
you are heading out to watch it, bundle up.
Yeah.
Bundle
Take
up.
some cocoa.
Well, and again, those who go every year know to bundle up. Those who are going maybe for the first time, take, whatever you think you're taking, take more. Get some hand warmers.
Exactly. It's funny because it wasn't that cold, but I had to stand out at a football game last weekend to do some promoting for soccer. And you asked me to film, and one of my very good friends said, "Oh, I have some hand warmers." Well, it's hard to maneuver the camera with that stuff, so I had them in my pocket just in case it got too cold, and I pulled them out the other night you filmed soccer.
Wednesday night.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't even know what day it is. Anyways, I was like, "Oh yay, I still have them."
You didn't use them though, right?
No, so they're in my car. Do you want them?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll take them in case
You'll
somebody
have,
needs
yeah.
them. Yeah, it's gonna be. Well, what's tonight?
I'll be thinking
Upper
of you
30s. No, you
while I'm
won't.
drinking my cocoa.
Oh yeah. All warm.
Watch it can move me.
Let's see. We have news coming up at the bottom of the hour. Later this morning, Dr. Stephanie Fiely will be with us from the Education and Training Center at Pitt-Titusville. I had a normal last Friday of the month guest reach out to me the other day saying, "Hey, is it this week or next?" I said, "Next." They're good. She said, "Good." I don't know if she's preparing a Halloween costume for next Friday.
Oh, that'll be so exciting.
Yeah, we're going to. Well, and I apologize. Usually, like the last half of October, the studio's decorated. And again, thanks to Mr. Ron Vanderhoof for the pumpkin behind you, our lone decoration at this point. But by Monday.
We thought maybe God bless you.
Thank you. Monday.
End of the sports season faces would be scary.
Yes.
I mean, we're counting on that. We're scary.
Well, I'm counting on Sunday getting the Halloween stuff put up.
Okay.
Or tomorrow morning or something.
Yeah.
It won't take long.
I'll help you.
It won't take long.
Tomorrow, not
we'll have
Sunday.
the studio set for at least the last week here in October. And then, I don't know. I always wait till after Thanksgiving to put the trees up in here and decorate for Christmas. But I don't know. Maybe. I have an idea. I got to run it past you in a little bit. Well, anyways, we're going to do birthdays and what we're celebrating. We have another news story we'll bring you here this morning on this Friday morning. Good that's Friday. Holy smokes. A couple playoff games we got to cover the other night. And off doing football tonight as the fall sports season starts to wind down a bit. And again, all the teams continuing into the playoffs, all the best to you. There were some teams that opted out in terms of football. And then I got one more story real quick. The teams that are that have opted out of the playoffs in 1A football around here, Lakeview, Maplewood, Union City, Sagertown. 2A, Mercer, Sharpsville. 3A, Titusville, Fairview, Slippery Rock. 4A, Warren, Franklin, Meadville. So those are all the teams that have opted out. Saw the story yesterday. So for those teams that have opted out, hey, tough season.
Yeah.
Regroup,
oh my gosh,
come back next year. At least you're not this team. Red Lake of Minnesota In search of their first football win since 1999. They've had a streak of 150 consecutive losses. Now, how in the heck do you do that? 150 straight losses. Since they haven't won a game since 1999, before 1999. Isn't that insane?
That is.
Okay.
So they opted out? I'm kidding.
I don't even know. Like, well, whatever. I don't even
speak.
No, it's a whatever. I don't know what's going on at that school. All right, let's get to birthdays and what we're celebrating on this 24th day of October.
All right. Actor F. Murray Abraham is 86.
Yeah. Grand Budapest Hotel.
There you go.
And some other things.
Uh-huh. Actor Kevin Kline is 78.
Married to...
I have no idea.
Oh, man, the name escaped. Phoebe Cates.
Oh. Okay.
Gremlins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Actor B.D. Wong is 65.
Jurassic Park.
I
may have had a little crush on
Phoebe Cates.
Yeah.
Singer and rapper Drake is 39. And actress Shanae Grimes Beach is 36.
All right. Happy birthday to them. Happy birthday to you if it's your birthday today. What are we celebrating?
Sorry. It keeps resetting. I'm getting there. It is Disarmament Week, Global Champagne Week, Global Champagne Day.
Oh, look at you trying to sneak in a whole week.
I'm trying to make it a whole week here. Hawke's Bay Anniversary Day, Best Winter Skin Day, National Bologna Day, National Food Day, National Jamaican Jerk Day, National Kangaroo Awareness Day, National Pharmacy Buyer Day, National Senior UTI Awareness Day, United Nations Day, World Development Information Day, World Polio Day, World Tripe Day, Bat Appreciation Week, Global Media and Information Literacy Week. And that is
today.
Oh, that is today. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to do news and then we'll pick up and do the weekend. And by the way, the senior UTI, I didn't realize how badly that can mess you up.
Oh, yeah. It makes you, it helps. It affects their mental state. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get that checked. All right. We're going to bring you the latest headlines here this morning as we approach 7:30. We'll provide some business headlines for you, also sports, and that weather forecast in case you're just joining us here on this Friday morning. Happy Friday, 24th day of October. This is the Morning Drill. Glad you're with us here.
U.S. President Donald Trump will meet Chinese President Xi Jinping next week as part of a trip to Asia, the White House said on Thursday.
On Thursday morning local time, President Trump will participate in a bilateral meeting with President Xi of the People's Republic of China before departing to return home to Washington, D.C.
The confirmation comes after the meeting had been called into question following an escalation in trade tensions in recent weeks, after months of relative calm. After Beijing dramatically expanded curbs on exports of rare earth minerals, Trump imposed additional duties of 100% on China that are due to take effect on November 1st.
I think we'll make a deal.
However, Trump has in recent days expressed optimism about reaching a trade deal with China. He told reporters on Thursday he planned to cut to the chase on the issue of fentanyl.
But the first question I'm going to be asking him about is fentanyl. I'm putting it right at the front of the list.
Washington accuses Beijing of failing to curb the flow of precursor chemicals for fentanyl, a leading cause of U.S. overdose deaths. The White House used the flow of the chemicals from China as one justification for increasing tariffs on Chinese goods. Beijing has defended its record and accused Washington of using fentanyl to blackmail China. Levitt said that on his Asia swing, Trump would depart from Malaysia on Friday and would then go on next week to make stops in Japan and South Korea, where he would meet with Xi on Thursday after addressing the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, or APEC, CEO Summit.
Vehicle shopping? Make sure you check out Titusville Ford first. Shop our amazing selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. Visit us on Route 8 in Titusville and see why our customer service is a cut above the rest. Titusville Ford, your hometown dealer.
Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom. Ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Whether you want to go and lead in your craft in the trades, whether you want to go and be that nurse or medical worker and have a real impact on lives, or whether you want to go and help that business improve its bottom line, this is the place. And now is your time to go with confidence, to go with skill, to go succeed. The Education and Training Center at Pitt-Titusville.
I needed a place I could feel cared for without the long drive. I chose Meadville OBGYN because both my sisters came here, highly recommended Dr. Kristen. Dr. Kristen makes me feel very comfortable, like I'm family, like we're friends, very personable. My daughter Evie was born in Breach, and it was Dr. Kristen and Dr. Barco, and they were incredible. It was a wonderful experience. I wouldn't ever want to go anywhere else.
Community Connect Federal Credit Union, serving Crawford, Venango, Forest, and Warren counties. Their mission is to provide quality, low-cost, and personal financial products for the growth and security of their members and families. Stop in, call, or visit our website, communityconnectfcu.com, and click Join to get started. Community Connect Federal Credit Union, 1050 East Spring Street in Titusville.
I'm Ben Leach, Republican nominee for Magisterial District Judge, reminding you to get out and vote Tuesday, November 4th. As the only candidate with over 13 years of real courtroom experience and a dedicated career in the justice system, I've consistently demonstrated the ability to remain fair and impartial. As I continue my lifelong dedication to serving our community, I strive to be the kind of leader our citizens deserve. On November 4th, vote with confidence for a candidate who is qualified day one, bringing the experience needed to serve as your next Magisterial District Judge.
This month, get up to $3,000 more for your trade at Community Chevy's Flip or Treat sales event. Is your old ride's condition scary? And you're tired of the same online tricks? At Community, get up to $3,000 more when you flip your old ride for a nicer, newer one. And if another dealer offers more for your trade, we'll treat you to a free $50 gas card. Either way, you can save over $11,000 off best-selling trucks like the new Silverado. The Flip or Treat sales event, this month only at Community Chevy.
Russian President Vladimir Putin on Thursday downplayed the impact of fresh U.S. sanctions on his country's two biggest oil companies. He called the penalties an unfriendly act that, quote, will have certain consequences, but they will not significantly affect our economic well-being.
The impact will be significant. That's no doubt about it.
While Moscow may try and tout its resilience in the face of sanctions, Reuters editor Dmitry Zhdanikov says the Kremlin will feel the bite.
Yesterday, the United States imposed sanctions on two of the biggest Russian companies, oil companies, Rosneft and Lukoil. But similar sanctions have already existed on the number 3 and number 4 Russian oil company, Gazprom Neft and Surgut. Those sanctions didn't stop the flows of oil. India and China were still taking Russian oil. But what happened is that Russia had to offer steeper discounts when selling oil. So that means less revenue for the Kremlin.
Trade sources told Reuters Chinese state oil majors have suspended Russian oil purchases in the short term. Refiners in India are set to sharply cut their crude imports. The sanctions set crude oil prices up more than 5% on Thursday.
They're massive sanctions, and sanctions on oil. The two biggest oil companies, among the biggest in the world, but they're Russian. They do a lot of oil.
The move is an attempt by U.S. President Donald Trump to squeeze Russia's finances and try to force the Kremlin toward a peace deal in Ukraine. And they mark a U-turn by Trump, who only last week said he believed Putin wanted to reach a deal and even soon hold a summit to try and end the war. The U.S. said it was prepared to take further action as it called on Moscow to agree immediately to a ceasefire in Ukraine. Moscow has insisted Ukraine cede more territory before talks can begin.
U.S. stocks advanced on Thursday, with the Dow adding almost 0.33%, the S&P 500 gaining more than 0.5%, and the Nasdaq climbing roughly 0.9%. The indexes gained some momentum after the White House confirmed President Donald Trump will meet Chinese President Xi Jinping next week, easing investors' trade tensions. Stocks were also boosted by some strong third-quarter earnings results, including from American Airlines, notes Liz Miller, president of Summit Place Financial Advisors.
Well, I think the American Airlines are of note today because, again, that feeling of sentiment that travel was affected this summer, that it was going to be difficult for companies in that discretionary area to do well. And then we not only saw very good results out of American, we saw them raising their outlook for the next part of the year. And across different industries, this is the theme we're seeing rewarded.
Shares of the carrier gained more than 5.5%. Honeywell raised its annual profit forecast on strong aerospace demand, sending its shares up nearly 7%. Shares of Dow jumped 13% after the company reported a smaller than expected quarterly loss as cost cuts and higher volumes helped offset weakness in chemical prices. And shares of Valero Energy rose 7% after the oil refiner reported better than expected third-quarter profits on the back of a rebound in refining margins and record refinery throughput in the Gulf Coast and North Atlantic regions.
Oil prices surged almost 5% early Thursday. Markets reacted after the US put sanctions on leading Russian suppliers Rosneft and Lukoil over the Ukraine war. One analyst said the sanctions mean refineries in China and India will need to find other suppliers for oil, or they risk exclusion from the Western banking system. Both countries are major buyers of Russian oil. The US said it was prepared to take further action as it called on Moscow to agree to a ceasefire in Ukraine. Britain sanctioned Rosneft and Lukoil last week. EU countries have approved a 19th package of sanctions against Russia, which includes a ban on imports of the country's LNG. Brent and West Texas Intermediate futures rose by more than $2 a barrel after the sanctions were announced. Analysts argue the impact of sanctions on oil markets will depend on how India reacts and if Russia finds alternative buyers. India became the largest buyer of discounted seaborne Russian crude after Moscow began its war in Ukraine. Industry sources said Thursday Indian refiners are likely to sharply cut imports of Russian oil due to the new sanctions. Another source said the top Indian buyer of Russian crude, Reliance Industries, plans to lower or stop such imports completely. But some analysts remain unsure on whether the sanctions will lead to a big shift in supply and demand.
Intel stock jumped as the company beat estimates for its third-quarter earnings on Thursday. The company said it earned an adjusted 23 cents a share on sales of $13.7 billion, outperforming expectations of a profit of 1 cent per share. Net income came in at $4.1 billion, compared to a $16.6 billion loss the same time last year. It marks the Silicon Giant's first earnings announcement after multi-billion-dollar investments from NVIDIA and SoftBank, as well as an unprecedented stake from the US government. The turnaround comes after CEO Lip Bhutan's drastic cost-cutting measures. Besides paring back expensive manufacturing processes, Intel will end this year with a workforce that is over 1/5 smaller than a year ago. Intel's share price dropped about 60% last year after concerns it would struggle to rival AMD in making PCs and CPUs, and Intel's fruitless attempts at breaking into the AI chip market. Now in 2025, Intel stock has risen nearly 90% so far, outperforming NVIDIA. It forecasts a fourth-quarter revenue between $12.8 to $13.8 billion. Intel's finance chief Dave Zinsner said on a conference call demand for Intel's chips was strong enough during the third quarter that the company is tight on supply. However, for its high-efficiency 18A chips, he said yields for those, a measure of how many chips come out usable, would not be at an industry-accepted level until 2027. Reuters reported in August that Intel is struggling with yields on its 18A manufacturing technology.
From Britain's populist party to Amazon's cloud outage, this is Crypto Weekly. British Populist Party Reform UK's leader Nigel Farage told Reuters the party had started receiving crypto donations, but he denied it was copying Donald Trump's playbook as it seeks support from the digital asset industry. Speaking at a crypto conference in London, Farage sought to position himself as the only hope for UK crypto businesses. Japan's financial regulator has considered allowing members of banking groups to launch cryptocurrency trading services. That was the word from the country's Nikkei newspaper. It reported the move aimed to expand market access and promote competition. Japan's Financial Services Agency has also looked into lifting a ban on banks from buying and holding cryptocurrencies for investment. Canada's anti-money laundering regulator said it had imposed a $126 million fine on money services business Zeltox Enterprises Limited. It's the largest ever penalty given out by the agencies. Authorities said Zeltox did not submit suspicious transaction reports. Britain's markets regulator has filed a lawsuit against HTX, a global crypto exchange advised by Chinese entrepreneur Justin Sun. It's accused of unlawfully promoting crypto asset services to UK consumers. HTX is not authorised to operate in Britain. Amazon.com cloud service returned to normal operations this week after an internet outage that caused global turmoil among thousands of sites. They included cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase and trading app Robinhood.
Well, considerable cloudiness, occasional rain showers today with temperatures in the upper 40s. Rain showers this evening, overcast skies overnight, and lows in the upper 30s. Into the weekend, Saturday, cloudy, low 50s. Sunday, partly cloudy, mid-50s. Mid-50s on Monday with partly cloudy conditions. Tuesday, partly cloudy, low to mid-50s for a high. That is a look at your weather forecast at 7:47. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us. Whoa. It's Luke and Amy on the Morning Drill. Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
All right, a Friday morning, and good Friday to everybody. Well, not that good Friday, but
I
a
know,
happy
right?
Friday to everybody.
Whoa,
Yeah, that's
slow
a few
down.
months too early here. But no, happy Friday, and glad to be with you. Hope you're getting ready for a wonderful weekend. And I was eating a muffin, and I was thinking of the Seinfeld episode where Elaine's talking about just selling like the muffin tops, just,
Yeah.
right? We were in the grocery store the other day, and I can't think of it, but it was similar to that, where a company is just selling part of their product, the part that everybody talks about and likes. And I'm like, hey, they're actually doing this. This is a really good idea. And I can't think of what it was. So we're going to have to go back to the store and find out.
Sure.
Well, it was just...
sure.
I was just thinking about it, eating this muffin. Because I was
Okay.
I was eating the top, which is the most convenient part. It's less messy. Once you get past the top, then it's like, okay, I got to open up the wrapper, and then you get all the crumbs falling everywhere. So, I know.
I mean, if you have a mouth that's as big as mine, you just shove it all in and you're good to go.
Yeah. Keep that up. Viewers are going to want to see that. Probably not at this time of the day because they're eating
they
breakfast.
Don't eat their breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, again, keep an eye on the weather forecast.
Yeah.
Kind of wet today, but...
Bundle up for tonight's game. Bundle up for tomorrow's parade.
Yes.
And enjoy.
Yeah. Again, 6:30 tomorrow night for the 58th annual Halloween parade in downtown Meadville. Under the Sea is the theme. Luckily,
Is
they
it gonna
won't be
rain?
under the sea. No, I said that
I
earlier.
know, okay.
No, we've had a week of
Yeah.
rain. They get a break. It's just going to be cold. So it better that than rain and cold and just...
True.
Yeah, those types of conditions.
The fun stuff.
I saw an article yesterday. Ordering a menu item you can't pronounce, here's the proper etiquette to follow. I don't know if people have been in this situation. I've been in this because I'm not a venturous eater, right?
Right.
I'm just, a pizza, chicken tenders, a hamburger perhaps.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But once in a while you find yourself at a fancy restaurant and maybe you don't know how to pronounce one of the menu items. There's actual etiquette here that they say that you can do, and it's not supposed to be embarrassing at all. If you don't know how to pronounce it, you're not the only one. Especially if you go to maybe a French restaurant or Mexican, something might cause you some problems. Sometimes for me, Olive Garden is a problem. So it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get
Go ahead.
Alfredo. No, I'm joking.
Marsala.
Yeah, Marcella. But no, there's asking before pronouncing it is the polite way to go. So don't sit there and try to pronounce it in front of the waiter or waitress. Don't do that. That's the embarrassing part, right?
just ask before you even sit there and try to say it yourself and sound it out. Don't do that. Okay. So fretting over mispronunciations can cause stress at the dinner table. Again, don't worry about it, and don't sit there and try to work it out. Ask your waiter or waitress. That's why they're there. Mm-hmm. And sometimes the waiter and waitress even have a hard time pronouncing it. We've been at places where somebody's come out and said, well, the special is blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And they'll say, that's not how you say it. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
But this is what's in it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I don't know if I've ever gone with that, blah, 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 but so anyways, I just thought that was something to keep in mind. Don't sit there at the table and embarrass yourself or the others. Just say, hey, how do you say this?
So,
okay, I'll take that.
So I'm going to go on this right because it's funny. It reminded me of something. But earlier in the week, our two boys had the luxury of being out of the area for college to do a program that goes along with their major. And they called from a location that I've been to before. So they're like, hey, and they FaceTimed me to show me how it's changed. And it was really nice. And then they're like, something about, we're in a town called, and he said, ma'am, do you pronounce it like, and he said it like he was speaking French, which is probably the actual way that you're supposed to say this town. And she goes, honey, you're in America. Yeah, say it like this. And he goes, okay, good to know. It was just so funny because I'm like, he probably actually said it the right way the first time, but okay, we'll go with that.
See,
funny.
But he asked.
He
right?
did ask. Yeah.
Well, we were doing a city tour in Lancaster, and up until this time, I would always say Lancaster.
Yeah,
this is Lancaster, right? So we're on this tour, and the lady, her name was Kim, who was giving the tour. She wasn't from there, but had lived there for 10, 12 years. Mm-hmm. And she said, well, the first thing you realize and learn when you move here is you don't call it Lancaster. It's Lancaster. We're like, oh, good to know. So I find myself when somebody says Lancaster, I'm like, that's actually Lancaster.
Yeah.
They're like, I said, I called it Lancaster forever, but I was told by somebody there it's Lancaster. So when I say Lancaster, everybody looks at me like I'm
what are you talking
strange.
about?
Right.
Yeah, but that's the actual.
Yes.
And I can confirm that.
Okay. It was a good tour. It was a lot of fun.
It was.
Honey, you're in Lancaster.
Yep.
The other odd thing was outside of Lancaster, Strasbourg, on a Friday or Saturday night, the Amish children would be cruising through town in their buggies, blaring music.
Yes.
Which was hilarious.
Yeah. But if you choose to stay there at a beautiful bed and breakfast, you're going to...
all night these kids are partying.
Night.
So...
clonk. And it's not just like a car. Clonk, 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 clonk.
Yeah. Out having a good time. Well, and so... We were with somebody from there, or somebody from there was near us, and they're like, "Oh, you guys are tourists. This is all the time." I said, "No. We have Amish where we live. They don't do this.
Yeah, this isn't normal.
This isn't normal. No. Well, for there it is.
Yeah. Well, like they might be geographically different parties. Like, what would we do? Well, like the gas well parties or whatever. Maybe they're out there blaring their music.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of For Richer or Poor, Tim Allen, Kirstie Alley.
Yeah.
Where they're like, we're more liberal Amish community.
Yeah.
We're more conservative Amish community. All right, so we cut your what we're celebrating.
Yeah.
But short. You were just getting into the weekend. So what are we celebrating through the weekend?
All right, it is Hug a Sheep Day tomorrow. International, and
I don't recommend that unless you own one.
Nope.
Don't be showing up at somebody's farm
to hug a sheep. Yeah, you might get arrested. International Artist Day, Make a Difference Day, Muddy Dog Day, National Chucky Day, like the doll. Yeah.
I didn't. So they, what did I see? They recycled Chucky's eyes for the Crypt Keeper. So he has the same eyes. Yeah.
National Fine Art Appreciation Day, National Greasy Foods Day, National Hope for Henry Day, National I Care About You Day, National One United Race Day, National Pit Bull Awareness Day, National Prescription Drug Take Back Day, Punk for a Day, Sourest Day, World Pasta Day, speaking of, International
yes.
Brain Tumor Awareness
Can I
Week.
get that how you say it? Spaghetti.
Oh, my Lord. And then on Sunday, we celebrate a session day, Austrian National Day, National Chicken Fried Steak Day, National Day of the Deployed, National Financial Crime Fighter Day, National Micro Needling Day, National Mincemeat Day, National Mother-in-Law Day, National Mule Day, National Pumpkin Day, National Tennessee Day, National Tight End Day, Newport Wales Marathon, Visit a Cemetery Day, Worldwide Howl at the Moon Day. And that is all.
That's all Sunday?
That's Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a couple things in there that
Are you going to howl at the moon?
I could.
Are you going to visit a cemetery?
What's the line?
Huh?
What's the line? Howl at the moon, shoot out the lights. It's a
Small
town
Saturday
night.
night.
How catch 'em, right? Is that how catch 'em? Howl at the moon, shoot out the light.
Anyways, I'm done now. I can go home now.
And now your day's just getting started.
It's my longest day.
Gonna be fun though. Okay, don't forget Halloween parade. Downtown Meadville kicks off 7:30 tomorrow night. 58th annual Meadville Halloween Parade. 6:30. Bundle up. It will be cold. If you're going to high school football tonight, bundle up. It's going to be cold, and we're going to have to double check here and see. We'll probably forget Monday, but we just want to check in on that Red Lake football team of Minnesota. 150 straight losses.
Do they have the same coach? That's just my
I
question.
just that just seems impossible.
Do they have maybe a youth football program? Do they need to
Somebody
start
needs
one?
fired somewhere. Probably starting at the very bottom,
Yeah.
the feeder program.
Yeah. Is there a feeder program though?
Maybe
if there
there's
isn't
not.
one, there,
No, maybe not.
See, there you go.
You just never know. All right. Again, a little bit of rain expected today, and not too bad. It wasn't too cold this morning, I didn't think. It wasn't too bad. But looking at some considerable cloudiness, occasional rain showers here with temperatures today in the upper 50s. Rain showers this evening, overcast skies overnight. Lows in the upper 30s.
It's finally Friday, the weekend is almost here. Thanks for waking up with Luke and Amy on the morning drill.
U.S. President Donald Trump will meet Chinese President Xi Jinping next week as part of a trip to Asia, the White House said on Thursday.
On Thursday morning local time, President Trump will participate in a bilateral meeting with President Xi of the People's Republic of China before departing to return home to Washington, D.C.
The confirmation comes after the meeting had been called into question following an escalation in trade tensions in recent weeks, after months of relative calm. After Beijing dramatically expanded curbs on exports of rare earth minerals, Trump imposed additional duties of 100% on China that are due to take effect on November 1st.
I think we'll make a deal.
However, Trump has in recent days expressed optimism about reaching a trade deal with China. He told reporters on Thursday he planned to cut to the chase on the issue of fentanyl.
But the first question I'm going to be asking him about is fentanyl. I'm putting it right at the front of the list.
Washington accuses Beijing of failing to curb the flow of precursor chemicals for fentanyl, a leading cause of U.S. overdose deaths. The White House used the flow of the chemicals from China as one justification for increasing tariffs on Chinese goods. Beijing has defended its record and accused Washington of using fentanyl to blackmail China. Leavitt said that on his Asia swing, Trump would depart from Malaysia on Friday and would then go on next week to make stops in Japan and South Korea, where he would meet with Xi on Thursday after addressing the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, or APEC, CEO Summit.
Interstate Pipe and Supply takes pride in providing superior customer service. That's why our dedicated employees are well trained and have the experience to offer friendly, quick, and reliable service and support. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Interstate offers fast delivery from our 4 locations in Western Pennsylvania. We also serve Eastern Ohio, Northern Western Virginia, and Western New York. Service means business at Western Pennsylvania's premier pipe and supply company, Interstate Pipe and Supply.
Anyone with a kind and generous heart and a little money can be a philanthropist. You too can be a force for good in our community, and the Crawford Heritage Community Foundation is here to help you make the most of your charitable giving. We've partnered with hundreds of people like you to make our world and our community a better place. You can give through us to support scholarships or any charitable organization or purpose. Whether you're interested in establishing a permanent endowment or adding to an existing fund, we want to be a part of your plan. Contact us when you're ready to make your mark. Together, we can make your contribution go further.
The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home has been serving the needs of Titusville and surrounding communities since 1965. Mr. Garrett believed in tradition and commitment to excellence, standards that have been passed down from one generation to now a new generation, who will work to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. When you need them, they will be there for you. This has been their foundation for almost 60 years. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, 303 North Washington Street in Titusville. Share the fun of train travel and relive our country's oil history as you ride the OC&T through the valley that changed the world. Learn about the past while traveling on vintage cars. See a variety of wildlife with stops at Drakewell Park, Petroleum Center, and Oil Creek State Park. Arrive early and see the vast collection of train and railroad memorabilia at Perry Street Station. After the ride, enjoy a night's stay at the Caboose Motel. For seasonal specials or for more information, visit octrr.org or call 814-676-1733. For over 30 years, J. Gill Plumbing and Heating has taken pride in being the premier heating and air conditioning service provider in the area. Our highly skilled and certified technicians will work closely with you to address your heating and air conditioning repair, installation, or maintenance needs. And with the J. Gill Service membership, you can take advantage of additional benefits like filter replacements and priority service scheduling. Plus, members get 10% off future projects. Call today to get a free estimate or ask about financing options. Call J. Gill Plumbing and Heating today or visit them online at jgillplumbingheating.com. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom. Ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
211 is a simple telephone number to remember when you don't know where to go for help. Dial 211 when needing to find health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. It's free and confidential, and you'll have access to thousands of programs and services for emergency and non-emergency situations. Visit pa211nw.org to learn more, and remember, help is available by calling 211.
Are you tired of juggling multiple pill bottles? Titusville Express Pharmacy has your solution, now offering compliance packaging. Your medication sorted and sealed by dose, making it easier than ever to stay on track. In a hurry? Take advantage of our convenient drive-through service. We also offer free local delivery for those that qualify. Titusville Express Pharmacy, where convenience meets care. Visit us today at 401 West Spring Street in Titusville. Simplify your medication routine with Titusville Express Pharmacy.
U.S. stocks advanced on Thursday, with the Dow adding almost 0.33%, the S&P 500 gaining more than 0.5%, and the Nasdaq climbing roughly 0.9%. The indexes gained some momentum after the White House confirmed President Donald Trump will meet Chinese President Xi Jinping next week, easing investors' trade tensions. Stocks were also boosted by some strong third-quarter earnings results, including from American Airlines, notes Liz Miller, president of Summit Place Financial Advisors.
Well, I think the American Airlines are of note today because, again, that feeling of sentiment that travel was affected this summer, that it was going to be difficult for companies in that discretionary area to do well. And then we not only saw very good results out of American, we saw them raising their outlook for the next part of the year. And across different industries, this is the theme we're seeing rewarded.
Shares of the carrier gained more than 5.5%. Honeywell raised its annual profit forecast on strong aerospace demand, sending its shares up nearly 7%. Shares of Dow jumped 13% after the company reported a smaller than expected quarterly loss as cost cuts and higher volumes helped offset weakness in chemical prices. And shares of Valero Energy rose 7% after the oil refiner reported better than expected third-quarter profits on the back of a rebound in refining margins and record refinery throughput in the Gulf Coast and North Atlantic regions.
Well, a real quick look at that forecast. Considerable cloudiness, occasional rain showers today. Temperatures in the upper 40s. Rain showers this evening, overcast skies overnight. Lows in the upper 30s. Saturday, cloudy, low 50s. Sunday, partly cloudy, mid-50s. Monday, partly cloudy, mid-50s. And Tuesday, partly cloudy, low to mid-50s for a high. That is a look at your weather forecast at 8:08. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Dr. Stephanie Fiely is the Executive Director of the Education and Training Center at Pitt-Titusville. She joins us here this morning. Good morning. Good to see you this morning.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
Boy, I saw a flyer the other day about an upcoming open house.
Yes.
Very exciting.
Just a few weeks away. November 8th, we are having our next open house. We are excited. All of our partners will be there, and we are going to showcase the programs that are available to us, all the students that are interested in trying to upskill, start a new career, look at the opportunities. So
I overheard a conversation, this must have been 2-3 weeks ago, where somebody had, I don't know, either gone through and looked at something or received information or whatever, but it was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize this is amazing. This program is great. I can get right in and, I'll be working soon. And it's like, yeah.
So we now have programs on the campus in as little as 28 days.
Wow.
To up to 2 years. So it's a great opportunity for everyone. There's usually something that meets your needs, and your opportunities are all right here in northwestern Pennsylvania. So no program do you have to leave the area after you complete your program. So it's great that you can stay close to home.
Well, the other aspect to this is you're getting into the workforce where there's usually needs, right?
Yes.
And so there's employment opportunities, and the pay is usually really good.
Yeah, usually pretty financially stable for you and your family, or at least you can make it for yourself if you're a single person.
Yeah.
But yes, it's not something that you're going to have to be thinking about. I need to have 2 or 3 jobs or anything. It's worth the educational opportunity, and making that investment in yourself and your future for you and your family. So we're not just taking any program in. We're looking at all the opportunities and where it's going to lead you down the road. And many of these programs are a pipeline to other possibilities, so that whether it's with the same partner or you're going between partners that offer these programs at the Education and Training Center at Pitt-Titusville, there's many different pathways along the way. So it's great to see what's out there for you.
There's been a lot in the news, other universities having to make some changes, where you look at what was going on here, and it seems like ahead of everybody, there's been this identification of, okay, we need to do something that's different, and we're going to take that risk. And it has been extremely successful as you are looking to fill the needs of the workforce in our region. And you're talking about people who, for the most part, want to keep living here or spend time here.
Right. So we took this leap during the pandemic, actually. So August 3rd of 2020.
You're like, hey, whatever challenges, let's get them over with right now.
Pandemic came at an odd time, but a good time in a way, too.
Yeah.
So it's hard to believe we've been in this situation, a great opportunity for us for 5 years now. But we've seen several students come through, still growing. And it's great to say that we are growing every semester. More students, more opportunities, more graduates going out into the workforce. But it's folks that are wanting to stay in the area, that are now getting jobs in the area. And now we have students that have completed one program and they're coming back to another program because they've gotten their feet wet in whatever they started with. And they're like, okay, I'm ready to take that next step, to take that more advanced opportunity. Because they're like, there's another opportunity for me in my field to advance and make a better living or make a better opportunity for myself or to help others by taking this next opportunity in education and training.
The entire time I've known you, you have been all in on these students. You care so much about the students that come through. Now that you're in this role, you've also had that foot in the door of not just the community, but the business world, right? And the manufacturing world and the healthcare industry. I sense that you also enjoy those conversations as well and getting to know those folks who are coming to you and saying, okay, this is what we need in terms of workers.
Definitely. So I'm still working with the students. I have students come into my office. I see them in the dining hall. I see them out in the community. But I'm also out recruiting the students now for all of our programs. So I'm learning all the programs and recruiting for every partner I can when I'm out and about. But now I'm looking for the businesses, and I will go somewhere and they'll be like, "Hey, do you have anyone that's going to complete this type of a program? Or have you ever thought of this type of a program? And do you have any partners that have this program? Or do you know a partner that you could bring in that has this type of program?" And so I'm like, we may or may not, but let's look at it. And what are the training opportunities out there? Or, I had a company come to me and say, okay, I need this job filled. Well, they only needed one person for it. And I was like, well, can't start a training program for one person, but what are the opportunities in the future? Can we look down the road? We know in the manufacturing field, we're seeing a graying workforce. That's what we're calling it. And so we're seeing more and more people nearing retirement or retiring, but we don't have those folks that are trained to fill those roles as folks are retiring. So, okay, looking ahead, how many jobs are we going to have out there that are going to need filled? Maybe not just at your company, but other companies. So let's look and see, okay, yes, in the next 5 years, there's going to be 50 jobs open. Okay, maybe we do have a partner that's willing to look into a program to train in that aspect. So, we're talking to different businesses and saying, okay, this is an aspect that needs to be filled. Is it even a seminar opportunity that needs to be offered on the campus? Or maybe we have a partner that wants to just rent space to offer that opportunity, and we're willing to do that as well. So,
and part of that conversation, I think it's really also educating our communities, making them understand, like, these folks in these shops aren't just making little, widgets, and you have the government contracting out to a lot of these companies, NASA contracting out to these companies. I mean, there are so many tool and die shops and manufacturers in our region that are doing so many amazing things. It's incredible. And I think, and sometimes, you're so busy doing your thing, you forget to tell these stories because it's great recruitment tools. I'm sure you have students that come through and say, oh my gosh, I'm going to work for this company and they have a satellite going to Mars.
Yes.
Or whatever it is.
Well, and I'll sit in meetings, with our occupational advisory committee or our advisory board, and they'll be like, oh yeah, this is what's happening in our company, or we're working on a grant or a bid to do this or that. And I'll be like, in our region, this is happening?
Yeah.
I'm amazed. We took students this summer on a tour of 3 different manufacturers, and it was amazed when they came back. Our staff said to us, it was 3 very different plants. And they said it was amazing to hear the students talk. Like, they went to a very clean plant, one that was more a dirtier plant just because of what they were manufacturing, one that was very small, one was large. Just to hear them talk about, oh, I don't like this because of one reason, and I don't like this because of it, but I really like this because of this reason. And just the different perspectives of the students and what they were looking for in their future. And because they visited these plants and these manufacturing opportunities and shops, they now have a better concept of where they want to go in the future.
Wow.
And then they were asking even later in the courses, so what other opportunities are there besides this manufacturer that operate like this? So I know where to apply or where to look down the road. So it was great, that they were thinking ahead, because these students, some of them were looking right then and there. Others are going to be probably 2 years down the road that they're looking because they were still in high school. But, we're like, okay, you're starting to make those connections now. Let's keep up with those connections. Let's look at co-op opportunities your senior year in high school. Let's look at, externships in the summer. We can make those connections for you. That's why we have these programs here. And that's why, we're working with these manufacturers. That's why they want to work with us, because they want to see students succeed so that they can build their workforce, and then opportunities for more bigger products that they can make, more well-known opportunities we just don't see outside their walls.
Yeah, well, I feel like you sort of put the Superman cape on when you're talking to somebody and they're like, we had to turn down, maybe a government job or something because we don't have the employees. We need that third shift going. And I feel like you probably take that in like, okay, we got to let school districts know that there are so many job opportunities like that we're, this region's missing out on some of these jobs because companies have to say no because they don't have the workforce.
We had one company tell us we could hire 75 employees right now. I'm like, well, I don't have 75 students that I could give you right now.
Right. But that's where the cape comes on, right?
Yeah. We're like, oh, if we could only find 75 students to give you.
Yeah.
But, we do have students that are looking, even though they're in one job, they may still be like, I'm not going to say I'll stay at this opportunity forever. So they'll keep their eyes open. But they're also saying, we know what we like and we don't like. And when they find their niche, they like to stay there.
Wow.
And it's great now that we have students succeeding in high school and saying, I found a trade that I really like. 10 years ago, I never would have thought I would be saying, it's great to see students going into the trade. Because I was always under the impression, most students need to go to college. There's a great track going into the trades. Learning a skill is amazing. And having these high school students have the ability and the opportunity to learn a trade and then go graduate on a Friday night and be able to start the workforce on Monday is amazing and for our region.
Not to go back to it, but the COVID time frame, did that kind of reinforce that thought? Like, there's a lot of people we rely on
yes
for things like your plumbers and electricians and all these, the skilled labor things that we sort of took for granted. But now, okay, boy, yeah, those people are important.
They are very important. And we lost a lot of those folks during COVID. And when students couldn't learn those hands-on trades during COVID, when they were learning from home, we lost a bit of time there that now we're trying to make up for that. Even in the healthcare field, there were a lot of students that said, you know what, there was a lot of demand at that point.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into healthcare now. Now we're seeing the tables turned. There's a lot of folks that are saying, I'm ready to get back into healthcare. There's an important field there that needs my thoughts, my hands-on training, my heart and passion, and so I'm ready to go into healthcare.
And that's a good transition into other things that are offered on campus. Let's talk about that in a moment. We'll do this first. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Dr. Stephanie Fiely with us here this morning, Executive Director of the Education and Training Center at Pitt-Titusville. The healthcare side of things, so important, and so many exciting things on the horizon, in addition to what's already being offered.
Correct. So, we have NPRC's nurse aid program, 28 days. And you could have a job as a nurse aide.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Starting salary for something like that?
I'm not exactly sure on the starting salary for that, but, they've had 3 cohorts go through or I guess they're on their 3rd cohort now. But, they're going to graduate next week.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing. I mean, these students are out working in the field.
So, if somebody wanted to do that, they could call anytime to ask when the next class?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, she's there working with the students. Small class size, so they work in the clinical as part of those 28 days. So the students are not just in a classroom; they're actually up working in the nursing home, learning how to work with the patients and the residents and taking care of them along the way, and then leading into the nursing. The students now are in clinical. They were on campus full-time for 7 weeks, and now they're split between being on campus and in the clinical setting.
Wow. Although, somebody could say that I'm clinical technically.
Well,
but that's
we
a
know
different
it.
thing. Yeah, that's...
But it's amazing now. I'm like, okay, is today a clinical day for the first year or the second year? Because you lose half of the Pitt-Titusville nursing students when they go out to clinical. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Who's where and what's going on? And but it's great because they're out doing work. I mean, I've gone to visit the hospital, go to see somebody at the hospital, or go to get blood work or something, and I'll be sitting there and I'll, hi, Dr. Fiely, how are you? And I'm like, who knows me at the hospital? And it's one of our students. Or, go in to have a meeting and somebody says something. It's great to, they recognize me and, they say, doing my job, I'm taking a patient, here or there. So it's great to have that. And then to add the dental hygiene program here next fall. That's amazing. And I was out, I've been to 3 college fairs this fall, and the amazing response for that. I mean, students are like, I'm ready. Can I start? So, and the other folks in the region just excited that Pitt Dental is ready to come into our area and have this dental clinic, and it's just going to be a great opportunity. We're excited that Titusville Area Hospital is partnering with all of us to provide that service for the region as well.
And by the way, if you go to the website, the link, it's been there. You can click on it. It'll share all the information that's needed to get ready for that.
Yes.
Boy, that is so exciting.
It is. It's amazing for everyone. And anyone can go and check out all the programs available at ETC at etc.pitt.edu. Up on the top of the page, it has an area that says programs. It'll link all of our partners and our programs so that folks can tell what we have available at the campus for them.
Now, is that an opportunity for folks from outside of our region to look and say, boy, that's a great opportunity. I should, maybe pursue that, to come in
and maybe be part of that program?
They could, yes. Yeah, there are other programs. Other folks can come and join us at any time, and we don't look necessarily at where they're coming from, or as long as
they're showing up, right?
They want to come and be a part of the program and attend classes and meet the criteria. Our partners are willing to work with them.
Now you've got you're just known for the nursing program across the state, been recognized for that. Do you see that as an opportunity too on the dental side to again offer that kind of service and that education for folks at that level?
So that's the ultimate goal. We are going. Titusville is the first regional training center that the School of Dental Medicine is offering. We are excited that we were the first opportunity to start. The goal is to have multiple regional training centers across the Commonwealth. So we will be the first one opening.
So no pressure.
No pressure at all. So we will be the first one opening in 2026, and then they're hoping to open 2 more in 2027. The ultimate goal is 10. Hopefully within the next 5 to 8 years, but we'll start with number 1, and
yes,
we're happy to be number 1.
That's great.
So and
set the standard, right?
Yes. So, and we've been talking with the School of Dental Medicine, and I just had a conversation yesterday, along with our dental hygiene students that will be taking classes at ETC. They'll have some dental assistant students helping at the clinic, and some general practicing dentists, so graduates of the dental graduates that are looking for a 1-year residency type program. They have 1 student that's already committed to Titusville, 1 that's close to committing.
Wow.
And then they're working on a 3rd one. So it is great to have that commitment already. And they don't start till July. So we're ahead of the game that way too. So it's exciting to have that opportunity and have folks that are wanting to come to the community, and hopefully they'll want to stay then and open a practice here in Titusville.
Well, I'll tell you what, good time to come visit the campus, ask questions would be at the upcoming open house.
Open house, yes. So our open house is November 8th. This session starts at 9 o'clock. Registration will start at 8:30. And it's a chance that you will learn about the campus, and then you get to sit in on the program that you specifically sign up for. And then the rest of the day is yours. It's not an intense day, so it's come, learn, and then you're free to go. You can sign up online at etc.pitt.edu, or you can give us a call at 814-827-4509.
It's a beautiful campus.
Thank you.
This time of year is just every time, but it's
yes. The leaves turning. It's always a great opportunity with photos. I've seen pictures of people taking of the campus, and it's like, oh. It's my favorite.
And by the way, the community is invited to have lunch or
yes,
eat.
the dining hall is open, so folks can stop in from 9 to 3 daily, Monday through Friday. So,
Dr. Stephanie Fiely, the Education and Training Center, Pitt-Titusville Executive Director. So good to see you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, all
Glad
the best.
to be here.
Thanks. Take care.
U.S. President Donald Trump will meet Chinese President Xi Jinping next week as part of a trip to Asia, the White House said on Thursday.
On Thursday morning local time, President Trump will participate in a bilateral meeting with President Xi of the People's Republic of China before departing to return home to Washington, D.C.
The confirmation comes after the meeting had been called into question following an escalation in trade tensions in recent weeks, after months of relative calm. After Beijing dramatically expanded curbs on exports of rare earth minerals, Trump imposed additional duties of 100% on China that are due to take effect on November 1st.
I think we'll make a deal.
However, Trump has in recent days expressed optimism about reaching a trade deal with China. He told reporters on Thursday he planned to cut to the chase on the issue of fentanyl.
But the first question I'm going to be asking him about is fentanyl. I'm putting it right at the front of the list.
Washington accuses Beijing of failing to curb the flow of precursor chemicals for fentanyl, a leading cause of U.S. overdose deaths. The White House used the flow of the chemicals from China as one justification for increasing tariffs on Chinese goods. Beijing has defended its record and accused Washington of using fentanyl to blackmail China. Leavitt said that on his Asia swing, Trump would depart from Malaysia on Friday and would then go on next week to make stops in Japan and South Korea, where he would meet with Xi on Thursday after addressing the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, or APEC, CEO Summit.
New Directions Community Credit Union is now open in Titusville. They may be new to our community, but they've been serving our region since 1974, providing their members with affordable products and services. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, volunteers, attends school, regularly conducts business, or who owns a business in Venango, Forest, Warren, or Crawford counties. Visit their new location at 206 South Martin Street in Titusville to learn more about becoming a member. Best of luck to all the students and athletes this fall from New Directions Community Credit Union.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville. Titusville Market Square is home to over 100 unique vendors featuring antiques, collectibles, candles, coins, baked goods, dairy products, food items, comic books, toys, and so much more. You'll discover something new every time you walk through the door. Did we mention the selection of baked goods, breads, Clark's Donuts, and Amish pies? Titusville Market Square has you covered. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Our new home.
Somebody pinch me.
Somebody say pinch?
Pinch, pinch.
We mean we just bought this.
Yeah, we just bought a new house. Why are there crabs?
Oh,
don't call for pinches.
Call for protection.
Hit it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right coverage for your new house and your car.
All right, which way to the sea? We're in Ohio.
So is that close or
No.
You got a pool?
No.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Ronnie Long.
And I'm Lisa Mellon.
The name Armstrong reflects more than just a company. It's a promise.
While others focus on the short term, we're building for a future that's limitless.
From the dawn of cable television to the rise of the digital age, we've delivered cutting-edge technology like our advanced fiber network that redefines what's possible.
Guided by our core values, we have proudly served and strengthened communities like yours for generations.
Fat Chad's is Titusville's premier dining destination. Come hungry and enjoy these menu favorites: T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Dive into fresh pasta entrees like shrimp and scallop pasta or our signature Asiago chicken. And don't miss our famous burgers and fish sandwiches, all served with fresh cut fries. Fridays mean prime rib specials. Enjoy wild game Saturdays. And on Sundays, it's our all-you-can-eat wing buffet. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
211 is an easy-to-remember telephone number for finding health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. Every day, highly trained 211 call specialists provide referrals to basic human needs resources like food banks and shelters, physical and mental health, employment support, support for youth and child care programs, and support for adults and persons with disabilities. To learn more, dial 211 or visit pa211nw.org.
U.S. stocks advanced on Thursday, with the Dow adding almost 1/3%, the S&P 500 gaining more than 0.5%, and the Nasdaq climbing roughly 0.9%. The indexes gained some momentum after the White House confirmed President Donald Trump will meet Chinese President Xi Jinping next week, easing investors' trade tensions. Stocks were also boosted by some strong third-quarter earnings results, including from American Airlines, notes Liz Miller, president of Summit Place Financial Advisors.
Well, I think the American Airlines are of note today because, again, that feeling of sentiment that travel was affected this summer, that it was going to be difficult for companies in that discretionary area to do well. And then we not only saw very good results out of American, we saw them raising their outlook for the next part of the year. And across different industries, this is the theme we're seeing rewarded.
Shares of the carrier gained more than 5.5%. Honeywell raised its annual profit forecast on strong aerospace demand, sending its shares up nearly 7%. Shares of Dow jumped 13% after the company reported a smaller than expected quarterly loss as cost cuts and higher volumes helped offset weakness in chemical prices. And shares of Valero Energy rose 7% after the oil refiner reported better than expected third-quarter profits on the back of a rebound in refining margins and record refinery throughput in the Gulf Coast and North Atlantic regions.
Well, here's a real quick look at that forecast. Considerable cloudiness, occasional rain showers today. Temperatures nearing 50 degrees. Rain showers this evening, overcast skies overnight. Lows in the upper 30s. Into the weekend, Saturday cloudy, low 50s. Sunday partly cloudy, mid-50s. Mid-50s Monday with partly cloudy skies. And partly cloudy conditions on Tuesday with temperatures in the low to mid-50s. That is a look at your weather forecast at 8:38. This is the Morning Drill. I think Mr. Sports, Bruce Peterson, was surprised we got a drone shot of his house there hidden in the woods. He doesn't like to be known to the public. So, all those autographs.
I like to stow away in the woods.
That season's coming up.
True.
How's it going, Bruce? Good to see you this morning.
Good. 2 weeks from Sunday, we turn the clocks back.
Yeah.
And then we have the short nights. Yeah. And it don't start getting longer until late January, so. Is what it is.
It is. Though, I think there's this. Listen, I try to remain active through winter, and we're pretty busy covering sports, and we have other activities we enjoy doing. But there's also that sense, like, you know what? It's okay to just sort of.
I appreciate the seasons.
Yes.
I like being indoor. I like making soup in the wintertime and hanging out in the house and not having to do yard work. I mean, I like that.
Now, come February, March.
Yeah, I'm ready to get out there. And I like Christmas and Thanksgiving, and I love the holidays.
Yes.
I love the holidays. So, I mean, it's the nice thing about the seasons is that you always appreciate the next season.
Yes.
In winter, you appreciate spring. In spring, you appreciate summer. Summer, you appreciate. I mean, it's to live somewhere like Arizona where it's the same weather all the time. It's just you don't get that same satisfaction over the seasons changing.
Yeah.
You just don't. But. Oh, well.
And it's been so beautiful in the last month or so.
The leaves are beautiful this year. They were late, but they're beautiful.
Well, what's going on in the world of sports?
Well, where you want to start? Blue Jays and Dodgers in the World Series.
Tonight.
The Blue Jays were a number 1 seed in the American League, and the Dodgers were number 3 seed in the National League. And I think I looked at the odds today. The Dodgers are 61% chance of winning the World Series. They got probably better of everything. But we'll see.
But so we were talking before coming on, right? And I said I think sports fans, baseball fans like the fact that you got a team like the Blue Jays, and because you don't normally see that, right?
Exactly.
We want that. But are we going to tune in and watch? Probably not.
No.
So I don't think Major League Baseball is excited that the Blue Jays are in, but
Luke, I remember in the 60s and 70s, baseball was king. Everybody watched the World Series. World Series was a big event. It's nowhere near what it used to be because football's taken over. But back in the 60s and 70s, baseball was king. They were the sport. The World Series was the seminal event of the year. Now it's the Super Bowl. So it's really went. But I think baseball is kind of experiencing a comeback. Now it's never going to get to be where football is, but hey. But I still think baseball is America's game. I do. It's been around since the 19th century.
Yeah.
Football didn't get started really until it didn't come into its own until the 50s and 60s. And even then it didn't become a major sport until when the Steelers when they had their big run, the 70s and 80s, when it started to become the sport. So
Well,
okay.
Tonight, 8 o'clock on Fox, you can catch Game 1 of the World Series. It also feels like it's just so late in the fall.
It is. The last game's going to be November 1st. It's too late. That's too late. They should shorten the season, go back to 154 games, start the playoffs in August, and be done by, early October, which way it used to be. It used to be like the first or second week of October, it was over.
Yeah.
When you had 8 teams in each league and you went from the season right into the World Series. There was no playoffs.
Yeah.
It was in the 70s that you started to get into the playoffs. So, anyway, the Penguins. Nobody expected this. They're 6-2, second place in the Metro Division, tied with first place team. I think it's the New Jersey Devils with 12 points, and they're playing well. Well,
you mentioned turning the clocks back. I saw somebody posted earlier in the week. It looked like somebody turned the clock back on Mr. Crosby, and he's playing pretty well.
Yeah, I think the team is energized. And Kongursky was talking about it. He said, for the first time this year, he said for the last 3 years, the Penguins, they weren't hanging out together. It didn't seem like they were having fun. He says, now this team seems like it's having fun. Players are getting together after the game, and they're hanging out. He says there's a esprit de corps that hasn't been there in a while. And if you look at the Penguins, they're made up of a lot of players who were on other teams would have been like the last player on the roster who gets to set them down every week, doesn't get to play much, or people who spent most of their careers in the AHL, and they'd bring them up for a game or two to give them coverage. They have a lot of players like that who are getting a chance to play, and Muse, their coach, is very good at developing players and getting them to play together. So
who's responsible for this team chemistry aspect right now?
Well, I think the coach.
Now, I know you're a big Sullivan fan, right?
Yeah,
Disappointed.
I'm changing my mind. I'm saying, maybe Sully. I think Sully's a good coach.
Yeah.
But maybe it was time for somebody like Muse, who was more team building.
That's the argument, though, that a lot of people say about Tomlin. Like, it's not that he's a bad coach. He's a good coach, but maybe it's time for somebody else to try their influence and shake things up a little bit.
I think the current contract will be his last.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't think there's going to be a fire. I think he's going to move on. I think that's what's going to happen. I think he's got 2 more years after this year, and I see this being his last contract. I just have that feeling.
Would things change if he won a Super Bowl in the next 2 years? Or you just think it's...
I don't know. But I just think he's in his last contract. He's been there a long time, and if you look at coaches, you saw it with the coach down in Dallas, Laundrie. After a while, it's just time for a change. Being somewhere forever can be a good thing, but also, some new life and a new voice can be a good thing as well. So I just think that Tomlin's toward the end of his career in Pittsburgh. I think it'll be we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, back to hockey. Sorry.
They're playing well, and They've outscored the opposition 17-6 in the last 4 games. And they just played Florida at Florida, which is the best team in hockey.
Yeah, beating them 5-3.
5-3, yeah. So I think there's a lot of young players, a lot of players who are what I call cusp players, who were always kind of on the fringe of rosters, who are now playing in Pittsburgh, getting their shot, and they're enjoying it. They're having a good time. And the veterans, I think, are having a great time too. You know, because sometimes veterans will tell you, when you bring in a young player, you bring in energy, you bring in a new personality. You know, it kind of shakes things up. It kind of enlivens things, you know. And it's
once you get over the well, that's not how we do it. This is how we do it. There is that aspect.
Oh
right?
yeah, there is. But there's still that when you start playing, when you're playing for the first time in the National Hockey League, it's exciting. There's something about those first few games, that first year, that you lose as you go on through your career. You know, you don't have that same excitement anymore.
Dumb question, because I haven't really followed this too much. We talked a little bit about Penguins being sold, right? Is that something that they would continue to do? Or if the owners saw that their success and things are going well, are they going to go, well, you know, on second thought, maybe we'll hold on to them?
Well, I haven't heard anything about the sale. Nothing. Zero. So I don't know, maybe
because when things are going great, they're going great.
Yeah, you know, why
right?
rock the boat? You know, hey, you know, they'd had 3 years out of the playoffs, and so now maybe they're going to make the playoffs, and, you know, who knows?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it could change the dynamics, could change the current owner's philosophy toward keeping the team. Yeah, could very well. We will see.
Okay.
I did want to, being the Steelers didn't play last week, I wanted to give you an idea of where they're at. Passing yards, they're 203 average per game, and they're 18th in the league, 18th. Rushing yards, it's 94.5. They're 25th in the league. Now, I know that's not where they want to be. They want to be in the top 10 rushing. So that's one of their problem areas. Points, 4. 25, they're tied for 11th. Not bad, you know. And points against, 23.3, 19th. They'd like to be in the top 10. They've always been a top 10 team. So stopping the run is one thing they're going to have to work on. That's been a problem area for them. And they play Green Bay this week. All right.
By the way, I don't know if you saw, but Rodgers has been asked a couple times about some situations where he says, I hope next year we're doing this, or, you know.
I think he's going to be back.
Okay.
I think he's going to be back.
As long as Jones doesn't tackle him anymore.
Right.
Which he laughed it off. Now, I don't know if he was just doing this because, you know, I know he was upset at first, but he did joke about it the other day at the press conference.
No, he's enjoying his time, and I think as long as he can play well, and he likes it there, he likes the coach, he likes the team, I mean, he's having a good time. Why not play another year?
Yeah.
And also, too, with this draft class and maybe another draft class, they might, with a free agent signing here or there, they could be, you know, in the hunt next year for the big game, you know.
What I'm about to say is not anything on Justin Fields per se, but when you look at how Rodgers is performing now, the Jets are, you know, benching Fields. Obviously, the Steelers are looking pretty good at some of their decisions. Russell Wilson, you know, the same situation. They look pretty good about this stuff. But I think it's more of a Jets organizational issue maybe than some of the talent. But I think talent is part of that.
Justin Fields is a great athlete. He is. He can run, he's strong, he can gun the ball, but he doesn't have any touch in his passes. He can't throw the ball over defenders. And that's his weak point. And he's always trying to ram the ball in to a defender. And if you look at Rodgers, he's very good rolling out those touch passes over the defender into the hands of the receiver. That's what he's good at. Fields is not good at that. That's his biggest weakness, is making those kind of plays. And I also, too, think that over the years he's had a lot of adversity, and I think it affects him. I think in Pittsburgh he was 4-2. I think he still could have been a winning quarterback in Pittsburgh, but he wouldn't have been a top quarterback. But I think they would have won more games than lost. But that's his problem, is his touch on the ball. Yeah, it doesn't look good there, does it?
Yeah. Let's do this real quick. You're watching the Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Mr. Sports, Bruce Peterson with us here this morning.
That was a $40 million contract they gave him. $20 million a year for 2 years. It isn't looking so good now, is it? Okay.
That's not as bad as Cleveland's situation, but...
Well, I like Cleveland. I like their coach. I think their owner's crazy, but I love their coach. I think if their coach could run the team, they'd be a lot better. That's my thing.
Okay.
All right.
Is that almost like a Jerry Jones situation where your own worst enemy almost?
Yeah, exactly.
Let the football people do the football stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just sit in your box, laugh, smile.
Yeah, sit in your box, be an owner.
Yeah.
Don't be a general manager. Yeah. Don't be so full of yourself. Okay, Penn State loses its fourth game on the road to Iowa. Yeah.
You predicted a rough, bumpy road ahead.
I did.
Nittany
They've
Lions.
lost the last 4 games by 13 points. So they've been in every game. Every game. Their problems, they're playing with a first-time starter. They miss Aller. Oh, they miss Aller. They win that game with Aller. They miss Rojas, their best linebacker. And they keep running into these running quarterbacks that just run all over the field. For some reason, they have not been able to stop the run this year.
And this is after getting a pretty good defensive coach in there.
Yeah, exactly. So I listened to Terry Smith, and he says, of course, they don't play this week. They got off. He says, we got to fix this. He says, we got to fix this. We got to be able to stop other teams from running. And their roster is full of great players. I mean, it's not like they don't have talent. So hopefully Terry can fix this. I like Terry. He's not going to get the job, but I like him. Good guy.
Do you think players are focused, or are they distracted by all this
I
talk?
think they're focused now. I mean, you move on. Kids forget quickly.
Yeah. But it's in the press still. Who's coaching Penn State? So
I just was listening to Franklin being interviewed by former coach of Alabama,
Nick Saban.
Yeah. And of course, Saban came out and said they really blasted Penn State for letting him go. So I noticed on that interview that there's a real relationship between Saban and Franklin. Franklin's going to have a job at the end of the season, probably anywhere he wants. And Saban will be his biggest booster. In fact, this is interesting. I don't think this has no way of coming true, but Saban's wife kind of indicated that, maybe her husband wouldn't mind coaching at Penn State. Would Saban come to Penn State? I don't know. Maybe a couple years. Wouldn't that be something?
Well, there are some names, but it'll be interesting to see. And
I'm not going to get serious until we get around the 11th or 12th game, because I think they're going to make the decision right after the season, probably as soon as possible. But there's a lot of names out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of booster dollars that need to come in.
Yeah. And I did want to talk about what's causing all the chaos in college football.
Okay.
All right. And I think there's 5 things, maybe 6 things. First of all, is NIL contracts. We're playing players now. We've never done that before. Players are getting big money. And you can buy a team now. You didn't used to be able to do that. So NIL has changed the landscape. The second is transfer portal. And a player, and I just read this today, Wisconsin told their quarterback that he couldn't transfer, backup quarterback. So he just quit the team and re-enrolled in another school. Who's going to stop him? Who's going to stop him?
Wow.
So the next thing is conference realignment. All of this changing of teams from one conference to another. And there's more coming. I think you're going to see Clemson and Florida State leave the ACC and go to the SEC. You're getting these big giant conferences now, which are unwieldy, which make no sense.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where the money's at, because the big conferences get the big TV contracts.
Yeah. And it's really down to Big Ten and SEC.
Yeah. Which is my next thing. is money grab. The big schools are grabbing for all the money they can get. Why not? Remember, Luke, why did we have college sports? So people could have something to do on the weekends after classes. Recreation. It was for recreation. Well, it's way more than that now.
And they're not really seeing teams that are doing a lot of traveling. Those stadiums are still pretty full, aren't they?
Well, for the most part. I mean, in the big schools. But if you have the two giant super conferences, that's where the money's at. That's where the fans are at.
Yeah.
You know, so are these other teams going to be able to attract fans like they used to? I don't know. I mean, it's a different world. The other one is boosters and donors have a great deal of influence on these programs. And then the playoffs. Before, every conference had a champion. Now, those don't matter anymore. Now, what's important is making it to the playoffs and winning the big game. So, used to spread the championships out now, but now it's all, everybody shoots to the big national championships. So that's changed the way players and teams see things. So, we'll talk more about this later. I want to get into the picks.
Okay, well, last week you picked the Chargers beating the Vikings, which they did. So, good pick there, Bruce.
Yeah, I did get some misses. I think I had 3 misses last week. I can remember, and I'll have more misses this week. But
well, we won't bring that up because we know the bill for your psychologist is that's up there right now. So
it's so up there.
Dolphins at the Falcons.
I'm gonna go with the Falcons. Falcons are playing better.
Dolphins, it's just a mess.
Really mess, yes.
Bears at Ravens.
Ravens, although the Bears aren't bad, but I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Bills at the Panthers.
Bills. Panthers won last week, I think, for the first time.
Jets at the Bengals.
Bengals. I like the Bengals.
Except for when they beat us.
Well, yeah.
But 49ers at Texans.
I'm going to go with the Texans.
Ooh, okay. Browns at Patriots.
Patriots. Patriots are good. Patriots are a good team. That coach has really made that team better.
Did you hear that, Adam? Adam's a Patriots guy. Giants, Eagles.
Eagles. But the Giants are getting better. Giants are getting better.
Buccaneers, Saints.
Buccaneers.
Cowboys, Broncos.
Broncos.
Titans, Colts.
Colts.
Packers, Steelers.
Packers.
Monday night, Commanders, Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Yeah, they're coming back.
Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah, so there you go. Buys this week, Arizona, Detroit, Jacksonville, Rams.
What's
Vegas,
next Thursday?
Seattle. Oh, yeah. Next Thursday, Ravens at Dolphins.
Ravens. That's easy. Dolphins are a mess. Their coach is going to get fired. And I tell you, when I look at a coach being interviewed that doesn't seem like a coach, it's him. I don't know where they got him, but they need to send him packing wherever they got him because he is not an NFL coach.
Well, when things are going well, things are going well. When they're not. But it's got to be somewhat of a distraction. So, Bruce, good to see you.
Good to see you.
See you next week.
See you next week.